good day everyone. We are the senior high school students from Philippine Mkd International School and
日本福祉 High School. Today we'll discuss SG12 responsible consumption and production. もったいない Are you familiar with the term もったいない In Japan, もったいない is used in everyday conversation to express regret when something that could still be used is thrown away.
International interest in Mottai was sparked by a visit to Japan in 2005 by Wangari Maathai. Maathai was deeply impressed when she heard about Mottai and decided to spread the word to the rest of the world. She felt the single world nearly expressed the basic concept of the environmental conservation movement: reduce, reuse, recycle. She also saw that encompassed a fourth important element: respect for the Earth's limited resources.
300 million tons. This is the amount of paper produced in the world per year. That's about 7 billion trees. As a result of deforestation, we are prone to having floods, landslides, and climate changes.
every year students tend to buy new notebooks for school. And at the end of the school year, the notebooks are often left blank, and this results to waste. This shows poor consumption despite the continuous mass production of paper worldwide. We asked students from the Philippines and Japan about their preferences of paper on different situations and the way of using notebooks. We got 54 respondents from the Philippines and 314 from Japan. According to the results, there is no big difference in preferences except official documents and certificates. But we can see a big difference in the way we use notebooks. Japanese students tend not to use up their notebooks to the end.
We should change our way of using notebooks.
Paper are useful in many ways. Also in Japan, paper is used for cultural purposes such as origami, fusuma, and shoji.
We cannot deny that the world is adapting to the digital age and even paperless offices will be possible in the future. However, going paperless is not always beneficial, especially in learning how to write. Studies show that it is more effective to learn with paper than with technology. Also, learning with paper reduces the risk of eye damage.
In Japan, recycling is already imperative. Japan has the paper recycling bin system, which gives us 1 Japan yen for 1 kilogram of old paper. Now, the system has reached over 65% of paper recycling and 85% of the collection of old paper. We have 76 paper recycling companies only in Aichi Prefecture.
In the Philippines, only about 20 paper recycling companies are present throughout the country. However, the amount of paper waste is more than that of consumed paper, and paper recycling is not given much attention. Nonetheless, Filipinos still try to be creative by using old paper for craft.
Now, what can we do with the excess paper that was produced but never consumed? We came up with a solution to this problem. もったいない an action plan to focus on using unused papers from school notebooks.
At the end of the school year, students will be divided into groups to make renew notebooks. First, we will collect unused pages of notebooks in designated bins. At the same time, we will discuss the sustainable development goals to let students know the purpose of the activity. The discussion will also provide them knowledge and motivation about this task.
Then, the pages will be bound together by yarn and turned into the new notebooks. The cover pages will be decorated with origami. Making the new notebooks will also increase the students' creativity. Through this activity, we are showing the common practice and cultures of both countries, as well as producing new notebooks without harming our nature.
The notebooks will be sold at school stores for the next school year. The profit from the notebooks will be donated to charities and organizations helping those in need.
It's like hitting two birds with one stone. By starting this action, we will know the importance of paper and will start to use paper to its full capacity. This leads to helping people in need. That means we will achieve SDGs 1, 12, 13, and 15.
In our constant effort to recycle, we are taking a step closer to achieving sustainability and protecting Mother Nature. Let's continue doing this for our future. Thank you for listening.
Again, thank you for listening. Let us
Let us now proceed to the question and answer portion of the presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box and we will answer them shortly. Thank you for that wonderful question. The question is from Nagoya Commercial High School. Your question was why we took up this topic. Well, first of all, this topic is very relevant, especially with the advancing world and um, this is efficient, especially for responsible consumption and production because we are responsibly consuming the excess paper from used notebooks. And then hopefully by responsibly producing it, we will help the contribute to the SDG goal. SDG. Next, from NFUA teacher, what is origami paper? Well, thank you for that wonderful question also. The question is, what is origami paper? Well, origami paper is essentially a approximately 9 by 9 inches paper, and sometimes it has designs on it. And with that paper, you can fold, you can sometimes cut, and make it into in creative pieces that you can maybe use as decorative pieces or like use it as a in the case of our action plan, we can use it as a decorative piece also. Thank you. Thank you for your question from KGHS. Um, how can we encourage fellow students to help make these notebooks? So this action plan is supposed to be implemented to schools, and then fellow students will help each other, and the teacher in charge will tell them to do it. Yeah, will tell them to do it.